Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Onyx Path Twitch, where we have returned once again for The World Below. This is Delve and Dig, Season 2, Episode 4. When last we met, our adventurers had made their way into the cave of a ruby dragon. They were headed uh, toward Fortress. Things don't always go as they're intended. So unfortunately, they got a little sidetracked and now are facing down a dragon. And we will dive into what exactly is going on with them in just a moment. But before we do, a couple quick things I want to bring to y'all's attention. This week, we have released an advanced PDF, the Trinity Continuum Tasty Bit compilation. This has various of the Tasty Bit like small supplements that we've put together for Trinity Continuum. It's got new lives. The ones that are in it that I worked on are new lives, amalgamated idea dynamics, and I think there's one more, but it's slipping my mind. In any case, there's I think a total of 8 or 9 of them. You can go pick it up in advanced PDF right now. It has all those collected, and then once we get the errata phase done and all that jazz, we'll be doing a POD on it as well. So definitely check that out. And while we're on the subject of the Trinity Continuum, we are currently raising funds for Trinity Continuum Steam Wars over on BackerKit. That's right. Steam Wars is a tangent setting for the Trinity Continuum in which there is a world at war using giant steam powered mechs. It's very cool, very awesome.
I
Sort
like the
of,
art on
yeah.
that
The
backer kit page.
the art is all by Larry Blameyer. He's amazing. You probably recognize his art style from They Came From. He did a
Ah,
lot of the covers for They Came From books and
it's
the movie
versatile. It's like
posters.
it's a different style though.
Yeah, yeah. No, Larry's an amazing artist. Also a wonderful filmmaker. If you've not yet seen The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra, go hunt it down and watch it.
Oh, that movie's amazing.
Yes, that is Larry's one of Larry's brainchildren, Lost Skeleton of Cadavra.
Pass along my love and admiration. Sweet Jeebus, I quote that at least twice a week.
Yeah, I was just about blown out of my seat with starstruckdom when I got to first meet Larry. Wonderful, wonderful human being. He's every bit as awesome as you would hope.
Do you know how many times I have almost said skeletons have always mocked me, even as a child in this game?
Well, let him
And
rip.
now,
We'll get a counter going. But Larry is also the creator of Steam Wars. Steam Wars was originally a graphic novel. It's this game is just
oh,
another sort of extension of that, bringing marrying the ideas in that graphic novel with the Trinity Continuum in a fun and exciting and new way, and also using the Story Path Ultra system. What's not to love? Go throw it your support over at Backer Kit. Um, and I believe the next stretch goal on that game is to unlock a supplement that would include some kaiju. So if you want giant steam powered, uh, you know, robots fighting giant lizards, go back so we can hit that stretch goal.
Are you accusing me of being boring?
mhm.
Never. And speaking of people who are never boring, Kevin, please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would care to promote.
Yes, before it's made illegal here in sunny America. Hi, everybody. I'm Kevin Arzarnicki, and I'm not doing too well today, but I've made it because I love this group and I love this game, and I'll be damned if I'm going to miss a chance to see them. Uh, but yeah, I'll be playing Kale Zool, the ELV, like Delve instead of Elf. I just got that. Um, I'll be playing an Elf Necromancer, as I have been. You're a little late in the series for this to be your first one. Everything over here is he, him, with respect. Past that, I'm a game designer, I'm a voice actor, I'm a teacher of both of those things, along with a half dozen other things. An academy is starting, Royal Rogues. We are building a studio, publishing, independent voice casting, you name it. We are actually building it up because I am tired of depending on other people for work, and I will create jobs in this shit economy. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I'm having an attack and it's making me a little weird in my brain. Get in touch at kevin.r.zarnicki@gmail.com if you'd like to get in touch with me for anything that has to do with anything educational and breaking you into the industry of your choice. Damn it, there is room for you here, but you've got to know how to do it. Call upon over 10 years worth of experience, not to mention the other teachers that are coming in, and you too can learn to put your TTRPG on the table, your voice on the airwaves, and who knows what else we teach you'll find interesting. Anyway, that's a whole lot about me, and I don't want to hog the spotlight. Much love. I've missed you guys.
We've missed you too, Kevin. Thank you so much. Speaking of people we've missed, Haley, give us your details, please.
Me?
Yeah, you. Absolutely you.
Okay. My name's Haley, also known as Babe_Blade666 on the internet. Pretty casual, just doing this for funsies. Nothing really to promote, but yeah, I play Stropharia, the mushroom elf priestess lady, who hopefully doesn't get eaten by a dragon this
Hopefully
episode.
not.
We're all making new characters after today.
We'll see how it goes. I have faith in you. Serperia has been giving this dragon a bit of what for, but we'll get into that in a moment.
Yeah.
Cal,
Taking a bit of butt, so that's cool.
a little bit. Cal, how about your pertinence, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is Cal, Neo Cal from TikTok and Twitch and some other things. Blue Sky is out there. I've ditched all the meta stuff. So I'm learning to live without like Messenger and Facebook and all of that stuff because, well, if we accept, I'm gonna get on my use your platform here,
Nice.
Travis. If we accept, if all it takes to accept fascism is mild convenience, then the least I can do is sacrifice some mild conveniences to move in the right direction until I can make bigger swings. But Blue Sky, NeoCal, TikTok, NeoCal. What do I got? I just finished 151 episodes of Too Much Energon, the podcast specifically about Beast Wars. Not Transformers in general, Beast Wars. We made it to 151 episodes, and we ended with an interview with voice actor David Kay, Ratchet and Clank, and Megatron from Beast Wars. Yes, and that was fun. And quite the episode to go out on. We're continuing the Lasercomb podcast, LAZORCOMB, where we randomly review random episodes of different TV shows. So every episode of the podcast is a different TV show, and then we randomize the total list of episodes and watch an episode from it. We just finished Star Trek month.
Sounds like
yeah
fun.
So yeah, other than that, here hanging out with Travis, and sometimes running and playing games on Dork Tales channel. So yeah, thanks for letting me rant.
Thanks for being here too, Rant. Appreciate it. And last but never ever least, under any circumstances, Crow, your pertinence, please.
Hello, hi, I'm Crow. It playing Salvo. It they he who might be dead, who might be alive. I don't know yet. We're all trying to figure that one out. I think Salvo's trying to figure that out.
Talking about your character, right?
Yes.
I mean, apply liberally.
All right.
Sure. Yes, most likely the character, I think. Multiple characters. Speaking of multiple characters, hi, hello. I play a lot of the different games, especially on this channel. Scion the Demigod, The Tower, which you really should check out. That's on Mondays, an hour later than this time. You really should check out because there's going to be some new stuff. Spoilers, our characters are facing Titans, and Apotheosis, apparently. So
Nice.
should you really should get there as soon as possible because there's going to be a few twists that you really want to check out for. Other than that, I am on a bunch of different channels. If you see me, yes, I am that one black guy that plays that one black character. Yes, I know. Yes, yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, that did happen. Yes, I did play a black man. True. I'm sorry.
Hell yeah. Hell
Capitalism. I'm so sorry.
yeah.
All right, great. I got that apology out the way. You can find me not on the BS site because we are changing that up. Um, going completely solo. So you're gonna find me on Corvus B Sky. So that's the new change. I have decided to go fully freelance. No more stuff on the channels for that. I am so sorry about that. However, that does free me up to play a lot more games and also to storytell in a lot more different places. So
Well,
that
good.
is what's happening.
We'll have to twist your arm and get you here more often.
Yeah, you will see me here more often and a lot of other places more often. Yes, no, I'm not B-Day Waters. No, I don't know him in person. Yes, we spoke one time on Twitter. No, I'm not on Twitter anymore, or I'm not on Meta. That's it. That's everything. I think I addressed everything that needs to be addressed.
Glorious. Like I said, there's me. I'm Travis Heath. When I'm not running games, I'm writing them. But today I am running The World Below, where when last we met, our adventurers were in fact in the lair of a ruby dragon. Please correct me if any of this sounds inaccurate to y'all. So, the dragon has been marked unholy by Stropharia. It is crestfallen, and it has been rebuked. Stropharia has been pushing the ruby dragon away with the force of her own faith. However, not all is well. Savo lays at her feet with an aggravated wound that he suffered from the dragon, his face having been split open at the bottom jaw by one of the dragon's claws. M had a mishap attempting to spin a gate and basically trip, slip, fall, ass over tea kettle to the bottom of the stairs where the escape was supposed to be taking place, where that places her next to Kelzul and Bunga, who were about to make their way up the stairs, but then saw two guards, a human and a Darv, standing at the top of that stairway, awaiting your arrival. Does that sound like where we parked the car?
I think so.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like grabbed a couple, ran, dropped them near the stairs,
Yep.
and then went to run back and grab who was injured. Was that
Oh,
Savo or
Well,
Kyle?
Savo,
Yeah.
Savo was injured, but Savo got knocked back to the stairs. So
Oh, perfect.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
and
near the
that's when the
stairs?
goons.
yeah. You got because basically what happened was the dragon batted at you and caught you under your chin with its claw and flicked you across the room. But as you flew
Right.
across the room, your shit opened up, exposing you to the elements and.
Oh, you're
generally
right.
making
You have
Bunga's
blade
on
two
the
jaw.
dragon.
You have predator jaw.
Oh, yeah, I knew that part, but I was like,
That
I
is
think I
right.
might be partially dead. Okay. then
That
I'm
is
good
right.
then.
Yep, Bunga is on the dragon. I forgot entirely about that.
Stropharia branded him and is chastising him. The humans are like, don't you do that shit. I summoned some ghosts that are trying to create debuffs and distractions in the absence of anything useful. That's
Sounds like initiative is what that is. So,
yeah.
in that case, let's go ahead and kick off a fresh initiative. And I do believe that we will be determining that by the higher of your dexterity plus empathy or cunning plus athletics. That sound right?
All right. And so I don't forget, quick reflex is 1. That adds 1 success.
Quick
If I
reflexes.
recall. Mm-hmm.
Let me double check
it-
that for you.
I
And
usually have these
plus-
things written down, but that's
Yep,
blank.
plus one enhancement to actions to avoid ambushes, not to.
Oh, okay. Not
not to
to.
receive.
I'll write that
And-
down right now.
And you had a question? I'm sorry, Haley.
Is it empathy plus dexterity?
Yes, or cunning plus athletics, whichever's higher.
Okay, I got a 10.
Wonderful.
2.
1 second, everybody, hold on to your number. Because
Is this still success based?
on.
It has been a minute.
correct.
Okay.
Again, I swear, when I roll 2 dice, I get like 4 successes. When I roll like 7 or 8 dice, I get none.
See, I'm tempted to make a quality for that in Shadowrun or something. Like less is more or long shots only or something like that.
Right.
I wrote mine in the chat.
'Cause that's what Shadowrun needs, more fucking qualities.
Ooh, same seat.
Yeah. I'd take that. Like whenever you roll less than half the average. I don't know how you would word it, but
All right, so we've got Cal.
oh wow.
And we've got
We all did great, huh?
so Bunga and Savo are both at a 2. As is Straferia, and then Killzul's at a 1. That's fine. The dragons also the dragon and their posse go on a 2. So since players go first, I will let you all decide which one of you will
that's
take the
lucky.
first action here. And then
I
we'll
was-
go to popcorn.
I was genuinely expecting you to be like, that's fine, making new characters is a snap, and we can demonstrate that today.
Oh, not
Well, what
yet.
happens
No,
is
you're-
there's a nebulous cave-in burying us and the dragon. And then it's like kind of like when a TV show unexpectedly goes to like new characters. And we don't know if it's the same time period or
we
And
could
then they bring the old characters back like mid-season, right when you're getting comfortable. Like Lost
alternatively
Highway, but better.
to honor the fact that they came from the RPG anthology just came out in PDF and POD. We could
that's right.
use a missing reel cinematic and just
Ooh.
have you suddenly free with no worries. But none of that's what's going to happen. What's going to happen
that's
is
why
you're going
I
to decide who's going first.
After Obi-Wan sliced me in half, I crawled
All right.
to the mecha spiders.
I'm using the they came from rule. To what's the fast forward? What's that? Director's control that
Yeah, directorial control. Yeah.
yeah. And what are those like kind of like
That would require you to roll successes, which you seem to have
Oh,
a hard
that's
time
right.
doing today.
oh right.
So out of your 2s, who's going first?
What do we got here? Savo. Okay, what can both of us do? We can shoot, we can
Mhm.
curse,
Mhm.
I can
I
bugs.
can heal
That's not really gonna
Savo.
help
I
us.
don't know.
What if I go for
Okay.
Yeah. I
You're on-
nominate Bunga.
You're on the dragon's
Same.
back right now. Just so we're clear on this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but according to my notes, the dragon has yet to actually suffer an injury.
Ooh.
no, we Savo managed to knock off a few of its scales right above its neck, right above its nape where
Yeah, it was very small.
Bunga has to be. No, we're not playing They Came From. Did we damage it? I didn't.
It is not damaged. It is currently unholy, and it is
Yeah.
currently rebuked, but it has not suffered any actual damages at this point.
So it's open-ish.
All right, I'm gonna smack its neck
All
with the
right.
rusty night axe.
All right. Let's see
Sorry,
it.
rust night axe, not a rusty knight's axe. Very
You
different.
sure you don't want to talk to it first?
I mean, you can try opening a dialogue. I don't know.
Let
how
me
mean, it
reason
is-
with you, you megalomaniacal sociopath
Well, I've
monster alien.
only climbed up to it. It obviously has thugs. It has goons.
It does have goons.
But if I know anything about Dargans, it's that they respect power.
How much advantage does your axe confer?
How much advantage? I've got tags for it.
What are your tags?
Deadly, painful, poison, and heavy.
Okay, so I think heavy will give you 1 power advantage. I'm double checking though. But in the meantime, you can go ahead and make that close combat roll with apply the advantage or the that you would receive. Not the advantage. I'm sorry, the enhancement that you would receive.
These try dice. You're not falling off the table today. So many sevens. Oh. Okay.
Yes, so you gain 1 power advantage, which would effectively cancel itself out on the dragon's durability advantage.
All right. So I've gotten 3 successes.
Nice. And that includes the enhancement from the...
Does not. So 4.
Excellent. You bring the rusted axe down. You feel the hard resistance of the ruby dragon's scales. It's like hitting a piece of marble. But the weapon you swing is mighty and your determination is strong. You have pierced its hide and are able to deal at least 1 injury, and you have 1 hit left over if you'd like to try to purchase any stunts. Now, that Rust Knight's axe of yours has some other properties aside from just being heavy, right?
Yes. Deadly, painful, poison.
All right. So, deadly.
New band name, by the way.
One moment.
Looks like
Good night.
I've instantly killed the dragon.
Not quite. Forgive me. So, deadly inflicts an aggravated wound.
Ooh.
So, what that means is at the resolution of this attack, whatever wounds you apply, you will apply. Then, at the resolution of the attack, the aggravated wound is applied. If the dragon takes another wound, it will be marked down to near death.
Oh. All right then.
Ag got spicy.
And it has the painful tag, so that means it goes oof, ouch.
Yes, painful inflicts the... You can spend 2 hits to inflict the agony status effect on your target. You do not have 2 hits unless the group would allow you to spend a point of momentum to add an enhancement to get that second hit to inflict agony on the dragon.
Yeah, let's do that.
Excellent. So that eats your hits up. The dragon is suffering an aggravated wound and is under agony. All actions are made at +1 difficulty for the remainder of the scene due to pain for the dragon. Who would you like to hand the initiative to?
Hand
Bunga.
it to Stropharia.
Stropharia, it is your action. What would you like to do?
All right. I want to cast Mend Flesh. Mend Flesh on Stavo.
Excellent.
And that is Medicine and Composure.
Yep, medicine composure. You will be at a... So this is a thing. This is a little flavor we've been missing here. I believe in previous sessions, where I would like to correct myself. If you are not a chaosist and you are using a sorcery, you have a complication based on the current chaos level. Where you're at right now, that complication is only a 1. But I've not been applying those to sorceries the way I should be. My apologies. Enjoy. So go ahead and give me a composure plus medicine. You're just at a straight difficulty of 1, and then a complication of 1. And you said you're targeting Savo with that?
Yeah. Does any of my theses help? Like, always prepared?
No,
+1.
this is just, unless you have one that specifically deals with like using sorceries.
No, it's just med rolls. Okay. All right.
Always prepared. Thank goodness I packed this anti-dragon poison.
I got a 10 and a 9.
Excellent. That will heal the most severe injury, which I believe you only had 1 injury, correct, Sava?
Yeah, but I had a what was the status? It
You had the
was
aggravated wound status. So this
Yeah.
heals your injury, but you still have the aggravated wound.
Okay.
Now, if you're suffering agony or insensate, you could use that third success to buy that off, the second and third success to buy those off. But I don't believe you're currently suffering from either of those, correct?
No.
So basically, you hit the difficulty, you resolve the complication, there is no chaotic issue, and that 1 injury does heal, but Savo is still very winded. It's not quite sufficient to take out, to end the aggravated wound. Who would you like to pass the baton to, Stropharia?
Stavo.
All right, Savo, you're prone. You can see this above you. You can see Stropharia sort of crouched over you, saying a prayer. You can see Kelzul sort of on this, like 1 foot on the steps, like talking to the air around them, because I don't think the spirits have manifested yet. And then in the distance, you see Bunga, like both hands on the axe, literally swinging from the neck of this ruby dragon, where the blade is sort of impaled in the side.
Okay. So it's the bottom of the 9th. I am going to patient shot this. So I am going to shoot where Bunga is hitting that mark at.
Right
see
beside
here.
Bunga. Very
Right
safe.
beside Bunga. Then yeah, I'm going to shoot right there. Gonna pierce right through there.
Okay.
If I'm able to. Hold on. It'll be fine. I got this. I think. Hold on.
So for patient shot, you have to basically spend 1 simple action aiming.
Yeah, that's fine. And you know what? I'm prone on the ground anyways. I'm a patient shot. I'm just gonna spend an action to aim for it and let Bunga pounce some more on top of it to actually get a killing shot in.
All right. So then are you going to pass to the dragon, or are you going to pass to Kelzul, or are you going to pass to M? Because M is also there.
I'm gonna pass the dragon only because if I don't, it will hit us twice. I believe
Yeah.
that's how that works.
Yeah.
So I'm passing the dragon.
All right. The dragon is one might argue most interested in the moment at with the giant man swinging from his throat. As a result, he's going to try to just kind of reach up and claw at you.
Hopefully, I'm in the one spot you can't reach on your back if you're like really muscular, like a bodybuilder, like trying to get an itch. Get off.
I have
I
that
assume that's
problem,
what the
but I ain't
dragon sounds
muscular.
like.
That's
Everyone needs a back scratch.
Yeah. He reaches for his like little plastic hand and just get off.
you hit 40, something changes. You're just like, damn, now I need ah.
As he reaches up with the one hand to grab at you, he slams down with his other hand, creating a moderate complication on everything until the end of his next turn as the entire cavern starts to quake. Then he's just going to go ahead and take a nasty little swipe at you. Now, do you have any sort of durability advantage?
Oh yeah. Let's see. I have a carapace,
Okay.
which gives me +3 defense, and it's an additional +1 versus piercing.
All right. Does that actually confer advantage in any way?
I don't know. It says defense, so
Okay. That's fine. No worries. So he's going to take a swipe at you. He has 2 power advantage, so that's going to be effectively 4 enhancement. You can go ahead and roll your stamina.
all right. These dice. All right, I rolled 1 success.
1 success with your base defense of being 1, so that brings it up to a 2. Does any of your armor actually provide like a defense bonus of any sort?
Yeah. So the synthesis carapace, it's +3 defense.
Okay.
But if it's piercing, it's 4 defense against
All right.
things that are piercing.
It is, in fact, piercing.
Oh, nice. And looks like that's all I got.
All right. Just want to check something here real quick.
Mhm.
Because he is at 9 hits beyond your armor.
Beyond my armor.
9 hits beyond your armor, yeah.
My armor of 4?
Yeah, like minus the, yeah, because it's piercing.
Mhm.
So your armor of 3. He got, with enhancements, got 8 successes, or 8 hits on the dice. 1 enhancement for close combat, so that's 9.
Dang.
And then 2 power advantage, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13 total.
Oh, geez.
So subtracting your armor,
Oh, geez.
that leaves him with 8 hits.
That's
Oh,
a
geez.
dragon, like 2 hits.
Luckily, I have armor that my fellow Hobbs have made for me. That gives me +2 HP.
That's good.
Or +2 bloodied injuries, if I think is how it
Conditions.
works.
That's good because you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
This time he's going to go ahead and choose to deal the damage.
Yeah, he would.
So it's 1 for hitting you. 1, 2 for the power advantage. So that's burning 3 hits.
Mm-hmm.
1 more for the or 2 more, I'm sorry, for the critical trick because of brutal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 5. So he has 3 more hits left. He's going to use those to pin you.
Roll to seduce.
So I'm filling in the injuries, and
yes.
I have 4 in bloodied.
Right.
So that
now,
means the 5th one is in wounded.
Does your armor have any actual injury levels to it as well? Because those would get it eaten first.
Maybe that's what the +2.
Okay, so then
is.
it's 6. It's kind of 6 of one, half dozen the other. So yeah, your armor's shot.
Does it break?
It will need to be replaced, yes. And
Okay.
then you'll be down to I think all your bloodies will be filled. If you have 4 bloodied.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. They pass to the guards. The guards rush down, and they're each going to take a swipe at Kelzul because you all have not stopped moving. Actually, one's going to take a swipe at Kelzul. One's going to take a swipe at M.
No.
Because you have failed to surrender.
Oh man, we failed to surrender.
I'm so bad at that.
First one takes a swing with their pole arm. That would be 4 hits. So go ahead and roll your stamina, Kelzul.
One.
All right, so it's 2. So they hit you with 2. They're going to use 1 to deal you 1 damage. And then, so if you're not yet damaged, if you have armor, your armor would soak that first piece of damage. If you don't have any armor on, or if your armor is already damaged, then you would take 1 point of damage.
All right.
And then they swiped at M. Let's see how that lands for her. Not great. So she also takes 2 to the armor, and her armor is now armored out. They will pass to M. M is going to attempt to smack the dude that hit her with a shovel.
How dare he? So there's the knight-looking guy. Who's the other goon?
They're both in the armor. There's one's a Darv, one's a human.
Humans and Darvs.
She doth crack the Darv upside his head, relieving him of his armor bonus, and passing the beat stick to Bunga, because I'm interested to see how you're going to get out of this, Bunga. Do remember, by the way, everything that you do from here on out does suffer a minor complication. So you have, in addition to any other complications going on, you have a minor complication because the room is going.
Azul, I don't think he went yet.
Oh, Kelzul. I'm sorry. You're
so
correct.
He's the last one. Yeah.
I'm terrible. Kelzul, it is your action. What would you like to do?
Dude, I was thinking about cake and Legos. Like, you're so okay.
In that order?
Deepest apologies.
I don't. They pair so well. I'm not gonna like put them in order. They stand shoulder to shoulder in the fight against depression.
I'm instituting a new policy on my show. If I forget to give you initiative, you get an enhancement. So you get 1 enhancement on whatever you're gonna do.
All right. Shame I don't know what the hell to do. I am taking suggestions.
I mean, you do have 2 spirits of the dead summoned. You can ask them for help. Could ask them to do something.
Do they have anything? What can they do against theoretically these goons that we're facing off with?
A beautiful question. Let's go ahead and take a look at what your spirits of the dead can do.
Because this ain't Pathfinder. I don't have a stat line.
No, that's valid. So, they can attempt to possess someone. They can use the unsettle antithesis, which basically creeps people out.
Sure.
And just by showing up, they can just by manifesting, they can show their they can exude a frightening presence.
I've got two
Ooh,
ghosts.
maybe they can help you intimidate.
You've got 2 ghosts. Yep.
And we've got 2 goons.
Yep. Now they can only do these things once per scene. So choose wisely.
I am taking requests from the party. My initial thought is have them possess the goons, have the goons go after the dragons. We've neutralized one threat and gone up against another. It's one of my 3 favorite tactics and why I really always end up playing vampires.
I think if they're just kind of like random ghosties, getting them to help you intimidate them to like stand down or to give them negative like modifier of some kind.
Sure, but wouldn't having them on our side be even better than those?
That seems like a very tall order, but if you can pull it off.
It really shouldn't be it'll be just as difficult, maybe a little easier to possess them than it will be to terrify them.
Also,
All right,
yeah,
then possess them.
also
Or if
Cal's
it's
Spirit
difficult
Master.
to possess them, get both of them to possess the strongest looking of them.
Cal, we talked about this. We can't get this
Only
kinky on this
one-
channel.
Only one spirit and one body at a time. I know.
Yeah.
What were you
That
saying, Crow?
kind of party? What?
I figured the spirit possession would be easier, seeing as you're like a spirit master. So puppeteering these guys to do this should be a lot easier than scaring them, because I don't think they're going to be scared if they're seeing their master being fucked with like they are.
Yeah, like you guys are womping unholy on a dragon and they're not standing down. They've got some guts. So yeah, I totally agree. Haley, any thoughts?
Yeah, possess them and then tell them to tell the dragon to go away.
I think they follow orders from the dragon, not the
Well,
other.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Scram! Get out of here!
Well, then maybe the
Is
dragon
one of the
looks
thugs
angry at
John
them than
Lithgow?
you. I don't know.
Yes.
Can't you see? Nobody wants to worship you anymore.
Yes, one is John Lithgow and the other one is Christopher
Confuse 'em.
Walken. And I expect if you're going to do anything with them, you're going to use those voices.
Nice.
Perfect.
The dragon is made out of rupees. Wow. So red.
Christopher Walken doing an impression of Captain Kirk. I love it. Yeah, you gotta get down. You gotta get down there. Do the dark walking. You don't understand. You're out of your element. You have no idea what you're in for.
No.
No, dragon.
I don't want to.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna send my repo men to take possession.
Excellent. For them to take possession of another NPC, they take possession of the NPC. You will get to choose those characters' next 2 actions. When the initiative goes back to them.
Everybody agrees. Send them to attack dragon, flanks, all that good stuff. Yeah. All right.
Who would you like to pass it off to?
Wasn't that the last one?
Yeah.
Haley
Yep,
hasn't gone yet. Haley, have you gone?
Haley went
She
for
did.
You
top
did.
of the
Okay.
turn.
Right.
What about that? Was it M?
M went. Yeah, she.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she
hit the
broke
Darv
the
in the head with a shovel.
Darv's armor. bonus.
Okay. So I'll go.
With a shovel, I would like to remind you.
Um,
Shouted Paya Grande and hit him in the face.
I defer. Whoever's feeling the need for speed, please hit it.
Well, I'm pinned at the moment.
Does somebody want to unpin you, or Cal? Do you have a plan to extricate yourself
Well, I have
from
spiked
this?
armor, and it pinned me down.
It's a valid
So-
point.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
Well, hold on. Does the inside of a dragon's hand have the same armory properties as the outside of a dragon's hand?
It doesn't have
Because-
it doesn't have like a specifically soft palm. Does your
Right.
so
I
the
caress
question
the bottom of its palm and go, "Someone's been moisturizing."
the question then
Oh, I
becomes
thought you were gonna go tickle.
does your armor deal
No, no,
power
you-
advantage?
You do the creepy pingry thing when they're shaking hands, just like
because my judgment would be because the dragon enjoys durability advantage that
Yeah.
your spiked armor is probably not going to be enough to
The tags for it are it gives you bonuses to grappling damage. Not
right.
it gives you any defensive qualities yet.
when
Let's
you said the
see.
dragon enjoys, I really thought that was going a different direction.
The dragon enjoys a little champagne from time to time. would you like some champagne?
Champagne.
Turns out the dragon's just skeeving on y'all. He's not even like trying to he goes, why don't you stay for a bit? Have a
It wasn't
Hey
even
boys,
smacking you.
come
He was-
down.
You know, if you look at the other claw, he's not just pitting you down, he's also going, so like this could be okay in a way.
Do we want to send the possessed people in first? Do we want to take their turn?
Well, they've got to
Are
act
their
on my
turn Kyle's turn?
Yeah, so they
Is that
don't
how
get
it
to go
works?
again until Kelzul goes because
I'm
like
Kelzul.
effectively
Kyle's
What if-
my cousin, and he's
what if-
weird.
Since it's the very end of Kyle.
Kelzul could
Kalzul.
actually give the turn to himself. Yes.
let's do that.
Yeah. Because I'd like them to jump in and then I can maybe heal Bunga once there's the dragon's distracted with the other two guards, maybe.
Can I have the guards attack the arm that's holding Bunga down?
You have the guards attack the arm.
I mean,
I
you
was-
know,
That's fine. Yeah, absolutely cool. Just with the recent passing of David Lynch, my mind went on a little wander for a second when you said you're gonna have the guards attack.
that's fair.
Little man from another place comes out from behind a red curtain. Says, oh shit, and then gets chopped in half by a couple of guards. Sure.
That you guards will chop the arm up. Yeah.
Precisely that. In that case, I will let you roll since you're driving. They get 2 enhancement and they have 8 dice.
Jeepers.
You get to roll 1 for each.
I
Got this.
I love that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Chop the little toes of the dragon.
Trim his nails. They
Yeah.
got to be worth something.
Give him a pedicure.
All right. I got a 3 on one of those.
That will hit for 1. That will hit for 1 injury.
I got
As
one.
he runs
2,
up, the dragon is starting to. Oh no! I'm sorry. I apologize. I forgot. There is the complication of the rocky ground. So, do you want them to not resolve that complication and take the hit, or do you want them to resolve the complication and miss effectively?
I mean, I'm not out to preserve these guys, so
Okay.
they can take a hit.
First one goes running by, slices in, and you can clearly see that the pole arm has stabbed into another exposed part of the throat. Roll for the other one. Let's see where that lands.
10,
That's 2.
9, 9, 8.
All right. They're good to go. They run up and drive up into the throat. Sort of, so you have almost like a triple piercing with the second guard coming up the middle, the first wound being where Bunga hit, and the third wound being the actual guard who didn't quite resolve that complication.
So all the spears and pole arms make a Nazi punks die
It's
type
almost,
cross.
yes.
Yeah.
Almost, yes. And then the one who didn't resolve their complication effectively slides forward and lands on Bunga's blade. He
Is
looks up.
Bunga still trapped under a claw?
Yes.
So he's still like Jack Burton in the beginning of the big end fight?
Right. So Bunga's laying there, and there's like claw. Right? He's got his hand out. There's a blade in his hand, probably turned upward, and he just sees this dude fall onto the blade. And like you can track upward with your eyes of where the dude fell from, and you see a ghost standing there, like.
I just got that.
That brings an immediate end to the combat as the dragon falls over onto its side, rumbling the entirety of the place.
Oh, wait. I killed the dragon?
The dragon
Ghosts killed the dragon.
is dead.
Oh.
I thought it was
Are
gonna
any
be
of the
harder.
goons left alive?
The one,
The Darv or the human?
the human, is left alive. The
Well,
Darv got
well,
split on your
well.
eyes. The human turns around and kind of looks at you.
Is he possessed? That's the possessed one?
Absolutely, yes.
Do you have any unresolved business, friend? I don't know how ghosts work in this setting. I'm playing a necromancer, and I have no idea how ghosts work.
He says, I would like my people's treasures returned to them.
Which treasures are those, and who are your peoples?
He says, I'm sure they're around here somewhere, and turns to the vast collection of riches that have been collected by this dragon.
Who are your people?
He says, I hail from Mudtown.
All this is from Mudtown?
No, it's from many places over several years. He drops to his hands and knees and starts like retching as the ghost sort of crawls
Wait.
out of the mouth. Oh, that's never pleasant. That part's not great. Ew.
What's your name, friend?
Bob,
you-
Bob the guard, why are you? Oh, he
No,
starts-
not you. Shut up, Bob. Push him over. The ghost. What was your name?
My name is Mortimer.
Okay, Mortimer. That's too bad. So when we bring a portion of this to Mudtown, we'll let them know Mortimer sends his love and respect. Yes? Good.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, credit matters. Anyway, thanks. That was awesome.
I did my best. You should be mindful, though. By now, the servants upstairs are well aware of what has happened.
Oh. Do you want to possess another one?
I can try, I suppose. He starts flitting up the stairs. And that, my friends, we're going to go ahead and take 5 real quick for biological and technological needs, if that works for everybody. Then we'll return to this momentarily. So everyone remember where we're parked. If you're watching this in VOD, just fast forward so you see our pretty faces again. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Onyx Path Twitch, where our folks have seemingly just now felled a dragon. As they did, Kielzul has sent the one spirit that he had under his command upstairs to possess the next guard that comes running down the stairs. Am I right there? As the ghost runs up the stairs, you all can definitely hear a commotion, a kerfuffle, a definite series of noises, some of them loud, some of them sharp, some of them wet. As it sounds like, well, sounds like people are being chopped up the stairs.
Any minute, I'm waiting for the twist where we're the bad guys.
All the servants, the civilians, you've just chopped up.
I didn't say chop them up.
Your ghostly servant comes running down the stairway, saying, "There's something has gotten loose up there."
What does that mean?
Oh,
You see a creature sort of crawl its way up toward the mouth of the stairwell. It's got 6 legs, and each of these legs, at first you look at them and you think they're reminiscent of like violin bows, or perhaps like an archery bow. But you realize what it is it's a hyper taut visible tendon holding onto a slightly bent bladed appendage that ends in a hook on all 6 of the limbs.
Can I possess this too and send it against the next boss you're going to throw at us?
The ghost shakes its head and says, "I do not believe I can try."
Just looks at me. Could you wear that thing like a pair of pants? Because I can't. Okay, so some fresh abomination has come down the steps. Surely it's not still my turn.
No.
Okay.
We can go with a new initiative, or you can go ahead and just hand it off to the next player.
Whoever wants.
As this, to be clear, as this creature is coming down the stairs, at first you mistake it as being red in color, but you realize that's just because it's just dripping with blood. You see a couple bits of meat, of muscular remnant of whatever it just sawed through, stuck in the various joints that are exposed.
well, is he a bad guy? You just happened to break in when we fell in here?
I'll let each of you make for free, without an action. I'll let each of you make a esoterica and cunning.
Ooh, I'm good at this.
What's esoterica, Precious?
I'm not very good.
Can I
at
make a cunning roll by itself?
You can make cunning roll by itself, absolutely.
I got a 1.
I got a 2 on my 2 dice.
See? Long
Got
shots.
That one.
All right, everybody get at least one.
Yeah.
Oh, Cal. Long shots. The idea would be the lower your dice pool, the higher your crit range.
All right.
Oh, I like
That's a true
it.
story. You all recognize this creature, though you've never seen one before. You've all heard some legends of it. It's known as a skyward mantis. These things come down, according to legend, from the surface. and just wreak havoc on everything they find. One of you got 2 hits, correct?
I mean, I got 5.
You got 5 hits?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I got 9 dice on an Esoterica Cunning.
I got 2 hits with 2 dice.
Even
That's
better.
my best success in the game.
Percentage-wise, that's way more impressive.
With 2 hits on 2 dice, you know that there is some relationship between these mantises and the dragons. You're not sure what. Kilzul with 5 hits, you know that dragons tend to try to collect these for 2 purposes. One is to use them as combat pets, to amuse themselves by throwing other creatures at them in like a gladiatorial combat.
Super.
Secondly, they are rumored to use these creatures to serve as stand-in mates when they cannot find a mate of their own.
Hey?
Judging by the response this one is having, you're assuming this was the latter.
But Dragon Bag, how big this thing?
I,
It's like a donkey. It's like a donkey from Shrek kind of situation.
No,
right?
it's huge. It's taking up the entire doorway. It's not as big as the dragon was, but it is definitely. It could probably hold 4 people in its arms.
I don't know what to say or think about any of this.
It's gotta go. It's gotta go. It's gotta die.
In the absence of a wife, I shall take a giant mantis. What?
Yeah, that was strange.
Right? With knives for legs.
Stop it. I can only get so aroused.
Well, it's really hard. It's really hard to tickle through the thick scales of the dragon, as we had already established.
Right.
So it makes sense that it's got all these.
Imagine if you're a dragon and you get a really itchy back. You're like,
get one of these on it.
Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So who would you like to give the next initiative to, Kilsel?
Stropharia. Super good at a combination of plausible diplomacy and natural whatnots and
oh yeah, let's
people with
diplomacy
shade.
this.
Abomination, yeah. She's gonna be like, no, burn in hell.
You got the mad setup, you know?
I think I should probably heal Bunga first. Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
So we can send him right back in.
1 second.
Hell yeah.
I want to check something real quick.
Oh,
Yes.
it's a mantis pet wife.
No, only Kalzul knows that it's his mantis pet wife. His surface order bride.
Did you ever? Wow.
Surface order.
That fits.
It's
Perfect. Thank you.
You ever,
I hate it.
You ever see Clue when Mrs. Peacock gets the champagne and looks down at the maid, and as she walks away, just goes, "That's me. That's Kelzul." Wait, what do you say?
You just turned into that Zac Efron meme.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the monsters from The Suffering.
Oh,
Any of you play that? You like had to escape from
those games.
They were so freaky.
Yeah.
They were
Younger me
great.
couldn't play them.
Top
Just like
tier
faces
90s
pulled
horror.
back and bone shards sticking out, and
I import concepts from that into my Werewolf the Forsaken games as spirits. They are perfect examples of like just quick tangent here since whatever you've scared us with pet wife, and we need a quick palate cleanser here, Travis. In Werewolf the Forsaken, spirits are like manifestations of like emotions and habits and urges that people have. So when the characters entered this area that was basically like a heroin den, there are these injection creatures in the Suffering that they look like these little things with like needles pointing out of their eyes, like jammed
I
into
hate
their eye
those.
sockets and all over their backs, and they throw needles at you and stuff. And I was like, I'm using that. That's what's in here. So that whole game was nothing but perfect peak examples of how to design spirits, like by design and aesthetic for the whole Chronicles of Darkness setting. I love those games.
I'll have to give it a look. But you're not
Really
doing anything
fun.
so ephemeral today because this thing has real blades all over it. So who would you like to go next, Kills?
I want to animate the dragon, and I want the dragon to go next and kill its pet wife. I'm not that good.
Weekend at Bernie's the Dragon. Hear me out.
I would like to.
No, but like physically rather than like with voodoo. I go up and I'm like,
Okay.
hey, how's it going, buddy? And I move the mouth. I work the mouth. And
Okay.
Why
Okay,
is
Haley's
the dragon
gotta go.
got to be South Park Canadian? Why?
of course it is.
Because of the jaw being
their
much-
mouths like float
Ah.
and flap around. Yeah.
I mean, he could be
Hey,
like
friend.
he could be like Day of the Tentacle George Washington with the chattering teeth. Wow, I've had too much coffee.
So, Stropharia, what would you like to do?
Welcome to the Hall of Dragons.
I'm just gonna heal Bunga.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a what was that? Medicine composure.
Yes.
You're at a complicational one.
Yeah.
Difficulty one.
I got a 10 and an 8.
Yes, that's 3 hits because the 10 is 2, the 8 is 1. That will heal Bunga's most severe injury.
Okay, so I had 1 in wounded. So is it a box?
Yeah, 1 box, not the row.
Okay,
for the
so I
dragon
just
was.
have the
Oh,
bloodied
sorry.
filled then.
Excuse me.
And does bloodied give any penalties?
Yeah. Well, no. When you are bloodied, actions using a path skill gain 1 die.
Oh, you gain 1 die. Well,
Yep.
So it's
Forgot
more like
about
adrenaline and desperation rather than ow, it hurts. I don't want to do anything today.
yeah, not like those World of Darkness cowards.
Yeah.
Owie!
I
-1
resemble
to
that remark.
everything. Owie! Ow! Feelings.
See, I like to think of it as a brave crawling for the destruct button despite the damage, but sure. Call me out like that.
And also, just for the record, your aggravated wound would no longer be an aggravated wound this action. Crow.
Disgruntled, sure, but not aggravated.
Okay.
Because technically the last combat did end.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. Just gonna heal him for that.
All right. After you've healed Bunga, who would you like to hand it off to?
Probably Bunga.
Get up.
Bunga,
Okay.
it's your action.
Get up,
What would
get
you like to do?
Defend me.
You see this thing sort of chitter into the room.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay, so now we're on to the Hateful Eight.
I cannot
No.
unsee. Well, time to make an improvement on its appearance.
All right. Going to give me a close combat and might. Assume you're running up on it.
Yeah.
Tonight we eat knife wife.
Oh, finally. 10s are 2, correct?
Correct.
8 successes.
Nice. Okay, so that'll hit. It gives you 5 over. And
Imagine if it didn't.
is that including your enhancement from your weapon?
No.
Okay, so what's the enhancement from the weapon?
I don't know what the enhancement
If it
is
doesn't
for the
list anything
Rust Knight
specific,
axe.
it's just 1, and then you'd have the heavy weapon, which is another +2.
So that's +3 enhancement.
Yep. So you're at
So that's 11.
Yep. So you're at 8 successes that you can spend on tricks. So you can deal 1 automatically just for hitting, right? You can deal 1 for the power advantage, and then that's brutal, right?
Deadly, painful, poisonous.
Okay, so you can inflict the agony status if you would like. You can inflict aggravated wound status if you would like. And then
I'm doing it all.
Poisonous. Let's see.
It's poisoned. It's an agony, and it's got an aggravated wound.
God, this song is writing itself.
All right, so you inflict the fast-acting toxin status at 3 on it.
My Rust Knight axe is brutal.
Cal, that was badass.
Thank you.
I used to
All right,
like
excellent.
Metalocalypse.
So they take
Does
3 injuries this turn. No, 4 injuries. 2 from the hit, 3 from the hit, and 1 from the poison.
All right. And I'll pass it over to Savo.
Guessing patient shot dropped because we're now fighting this thing, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're trying to
Okay.
do a hunter's mark? I move my aim that way.
Yeah. No, I see this. No more bugs. I am going to hit it with an Eldritch Missile.
Excellent. It stares in your direction, granting you a... Wait.
Bonus?
Nope. Sorry, I would need to make an action to do that. I apologize. All right.
Okay.
So you're shooting with the with which arrow? I apologize.
Yeah. Although it looks a little weird since he doesn't have his thing on his face, so you just see something fire from him for 5 successes.
All right. That was a sorcery, correct?
Yes.
All right. So it would be 1 to overcome the complication of the area, 3 to hit. You still hit with 1, so you're able to deal him 1 more additional point of damage. He is still up, but swaying. Who would you like to hand the initiative to?
Um. M, you got anything? I'm gonna send over to M to let Calzel prepare.
All right. She is going to attempt to take a swing at this thing with a shovel.
Gonna get 12 successes with that shovel.
Goddamn. No, but 1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
6,
6, 7.
6 successes.
I was joking. Hey.
He goes. And
Gee, spend one of the successes to quickly dig a grave for it too while you're at it.
it's still up, however, and she hands off to who's left. Is it just Bunga that's left?
Bungo went.
Bungo went.
All right.
I think that's
then
all of
I
us.
bashed the fuck out of that.
I guess she'll hand it off to the creature. The creature leaps on her.
Oh no.
It does. It's going to attempt to take back a pound of flesh, quite literally, from her. First, it makes its desperation pool to see if it can overcome the poison. That is 2 hits. It overcomes the. It does not overcome the poison. It would have needed 3. So it takes another injury from the poison. Then it is going to attack. That is 1 hit on the attack. Really? Seriously? As it leaps onto M holds the shovel up and like catches one of the blades and is like, somebody please help. And then it's going to take its second action, because everybody went before it did, to try to bite M.
Monster.
I would like to
I know,
reiterate
what a-
that this thing was picked as a surface wife.
Mail order surface wife. Surface bride.
That's a little better.
That's
Let's see
really
how.
good.
Let's see how M does. All right, so that will hit. And you see this thing lunge down and bite M. And you realize it's biting M like on the shoulder. And you see it come away with a chunk of M. Like chewing on a chunk of M.
No.
Bitch. All right, who's it given initiative to?
It will give initiative to Bunga. It has healed 1 injury thanks to its biting a chunk out of M.
How dare.
Mail order surface wife.
I'm chopping all of its legs off.
Wonderful. Go ahead and make your attack check, please.
Um, 4 successes this time.
You swing, you hit, you may deal 2 injuries because you have the heavy weapon.
All right.
All right.
Is it up?
It is still up.
Even though I gave it that aggravated?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, you gave it aggravated. When did you give it aggravated? Oh, you gave it aggravated last
Because of
turn? It actually, yeah, as you swing, you cut the front 2 legs off, and blood just starts sort of spraying everywhere. Gets you all covered, gets M all covered, and then it flips upside down and curls as a spider-like creature is wont to do. Thank you for reminding me it had the aggravated wound.
Does that mean that M should have finished it, or did it?
No, I don't think so. Because
Oh, okay.
what happens? So what happens when a creature gets an aggravated wound? Sorry if I wasn't clear on this. When a creature gets an aggravated wound, you effectively drop it to its last wound.
Yeah.
Because creatures don't have a.
And then she did the near death hit.
She did the near death.
And then
hit.
this.
Right.
Right.
Same thing when the human hit the dragon under the throat. That was a multiple. They were able to do a critical, which is what dropped the dragon. Because they had enough hits. Make sense?
Yeah, that was okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah. So this creature drops. The immediate threat is gone. You can hear whimpering, muttering, muted whisper shouts from the chamber above.
Wait, where's that guard?
The one who's alive?
Yeah.
in a pile, weeping, covered in the blood of this thing that sprayed kind of everywhere.
Hey, you. Why didn't you tell us there was abomination waiting to kill us on these stairs?
I didn't even think that thing could get out.
What the hell is it? And I give it one good severing of whatever it resembles its head, just to be sure.
It was a creature that the master had captured. He said he was planning to see if they were a match. I don't rightly know. You hear, hey, I hate being a complainer, but there's blood spraying out of my neck right now. Can somebody please help?
Yeah. Stropharia rushes over. Kind of before that, like, I don't know. Yeah. That's her first instinct.
I like him. That's a real team effort.
I'll use...
I know we were just fighting, but truce.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It was M who's spraying blood out of her.
Oh, okay.
Because the creature literally bit a chunk out of her.
Oh, okay.
I'll use curative clay on her just to like stop the bleeding and kind of fill part of her shoulder.
Excellent.
Is Savo healed, or does he still need ice cream real bad?
Savo's effectively at no injuries at this point. Basically
Okay.
fine.
Oh,
Is Bongo okay? Still? Fish?
let me look. Bloodied.
Okay, I'll get to him next. But
You moved
Em's less
the
stable.
wounded.
You
Yeah.
pop it on, and she's like, "Oh wow, thank you. This stuff's amazing. It feels great. I should get a chunk bit out of my ass more often."
Oh, anytime.
Initiate courtship rolls.
So that said, you are speaking with the human, and he says, "Yeah, it had come down and it had made its way down here. The boss said that they're attracted to pheromones or something that the dragons let go, whatever it is. It came down here, but fortunately we were all able to get out of the way. Once it got in here, the boss calmed it down. We were able to chain it up and take it upstairs. When my guess is when she died, it sensed it and went batshit.
So what, you got like a few buddies up there, or like is there a village of people?
700 or so.
700 dragon cultists.
Well, we didn't start as a dragon cult, you see. The dragon moved in and brought its things
Oh,
and made us serve it.
well, I guess that makes us heroes.
We should go see the people you've liberated.
To all the time.
I was
Is
real
he?
worried.
Who is he saying that with a truthful tone?
Oh yeah, he
or
seems
is
to
it-
be. I mean, there seems to be a distance of shock, right?
They just get possessed and then find out.
Right, and then saw
killed
that
a
his
dragon by
there's
proxy.
Right, so he's kind of like not all. He doesn't seem like he's trying to deceive you or anything like that. He's not like.
Oh, okay.
Come,
Yes, let us go and
let's
say,
visit.
hey.
Yes. No, it's nothing like
Yes.
that.
You ever lied?
700 people want to thank you.
You ever lied
Yeah.
convincingly after the worst hangover of your life, like in the peak of it?
No.
No, I've got a Lamborghini. I swear.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Got solved.
so should we go meet the townsfolk and tell them that the dragon's dead, or just take his money and run?
And what were you saying, Savo? Sorry.
Salvo is just cutting pieces off of these things. Like, it's just carving through, blood splattering all over him.
I already killed it, Salvo.
No trophies.
You
If we're still going to Fortress, I think this will impress
Oh,
them.
This will most likely impress the folks at Forest.
Is that where
Right.
you're at, Savo? Because I was thinking the same thing, bud.
Right.
While the
How
others
big
are
is his
sort of
dragon head?
Well, the
That
others are
was
sort
my
of
next
debating
question.
this stuff, right? You're pretty sure you won't be able to carry the whole dragon's head with you.
Oh.
Well, the others are debating this question and like thinking about trophies and all this good stuff, petting each other in the back. I'm not even gonna make you roll. Stropharia, you've got done applying the clay to and you kind of look up and you realize there's blood starting to run down the stairway.
Oh,
I'll go investigate up the stairway.
You're not saying anything to anybody. You're just kind of walking upstairs.
What does my instinct tell me? Like someone's in trouble, or
Yes, yeah, it definitely seems like someone or a lot of someone's are in trouble.
yeah, then I'll rush up the stairway.
All right, you're all sort of working on ways to like remove scales and try to decapitate the. Maybe if we just bring its lower jaw, you know.
one like its biggest talent.
I was
Right.
gonna suggest the heart, but then I got distracted.
As you all are sort of having this discussion, Stropharia, you reach the top of the stairs and you realize, as you get up to the top of the stairs, the reason you're seeing blood flowing down that first couple of stairs, the entire hallway as you look down is just slick with blood. You see dozens of people that have just been sliced to pieces. There's a
Does it
couple
look
of
like the
survivors
Mantis did it?
couple of survivors sort of whimpering under cover, like one person sort of whispering across the hall to another one, like, "Is it gone? Is it gone?" If you had to ratio it out, you'd guess there's probably 10 corpses for every living person you're seeing right now.
Oh.
Wow.
Are any of these people like savable, or are we talking?
Is there like a
pieces?
dozen or dozens?
Yeah.
Of corpses, dozens.
Oh.
I don't feel like
Those-
that's our fault exactly.
To those that are living, I'll just reassure them that the beast is slain and that you're liberated and safe.
They start weeping and running toward you. Several of them, between their emotional agitation and the sheer excitement of the moment and the sheer slickness of the ground that they're moving across, several of them sort of stumble and trip and fall and slide in the blood, making their way toward you. A few, realizing that this is the blood of their neighbors and friends, aren't doing well with that. They start openly weeping and screaming in terror.
It's a really cheerful setting, Travis.
Yeah, Stropharia is gonna it's gonna make Stropharia cry. But then she realizes she has a job to do and sets up some kind of triage for these people.
You start trying to organize them by who is the most wounded. Fortunately, most of these people seem to be okay. It seems like everything that creature got its hands on, it just disemboweled.
I'm gonna join Stropharia, if only because I probably hear the wailing of so many fresh ghosts.
Eventually,
Yeah.
as you're all working, you sort of look up and you're like, "Oh shit, Stropheria's got a crowd up there. What's that about?"
It's a great disturbance in upstairs. Can I roll a? Would you say intellect enigmas would like tell us the most valuable parts of dragons and manti and what have you? Mantises? I don't know how to
That
say
would
that.
probably fall under esoterica.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
believe it's mantises.
Mantis-eye.
Mantis, yes.
Esoterica works just fine for me. All right, that's 10 dice. So I mean, that's a lot of ones. 10, 9, 8, 8. Man, a lot of fives today. So isolate some valuable part. Can dragon parts be used in forging if we bring that back to
Sure, you can make like dragon scale armor and things along those lines.
right. Okay, cool.
As you're sort of sussing all that out, though, Stropharia, as much as you feel like you're having a bit of a like almost overwhelmed by the presence of the wounded and just their emotional state. I'd like you to actually go ahead and roll medicine stamina for me, please.
Mm.
And I'd like you to have a minor complication on that roll because due to feeling suffocated.
I have always prepared gain 1 enhancement to medicine rolls
All right, excellent. You may use that
and
enhancement.
expert diagnosis.
Beautiful. Do you know what that provides off the top of your head?
I just wrote down gain 3 enhancement to med roll.
Okay, excellent. So you're going to be looking at to diagnose illnesses and treat wounds +3 enhancement. Yep, go for it. So yeah, go ahead and make that roll with 3 enhancement. You just have to overcome a minor complication.
Okay, I did good. 2 10s, a 9, and an 8.
All right. So you're addressing wounds left and right, but you can't shake the feeling that despite the fact that you're no more physically closed in than you were before, you're starting to feel like overwhelmed, claustrophobic, even a little bit of pressure on you, like you're being crowded. The rest of you, as you're slicing apart the bits of the dragon, start to feel the same. Kelzul, for you, it's even a little bit more intense as you realize that the place is starting to literally be overrun with fresh ghosts and their heightened emotional states.
Let's see. I am. Do we have momentum to spend?
You do, yeah. You have
Okay,
4 in the pool.
Does anybody mind if I use always a helping hand, which takes 1 momentum to find the right person to help with the situation? Like maybe there's a community leader or something like that that could help us calm people, something like that.
We need to report that the dragons. Yeah, that would be the best. Yeah.
Like
Be like, hey,
who's
injured
the right
people.
who's the right vector to get that news out authoritatively and comfortingly? You know, who's the village elder? Who's the tribune? Who's whatever?
Okay. That's fine. You spend the momentum. You're looking for a person who can. So what exactly are you looking for the person to do?
Some kind of leader, some kind of person that they're all going to rally around.
Okay. You find, ironically, the village undertaker is totally fine.
Okay. Approach him. Sorry, I'm having trouble role playing today, so
You're
thanks
fine.
for bearing with me. Come to him or her, or they, and explain. You know, come the dragon is defeated, the mantis is demantified. Like, you know, we're here from Gelphim's Rest. We weren't planning on coming, but you know, you're no longer under the oppression of this creature.
Well, the freedom will do us nice, but I fear that the dead here need to be put to rest en masse.
I understand entirely. Can I offer my assistance?
Yes, if you would, that would be great. We will need to do a proper funerary rite for the town.
This is a long-term project, isn't it?
It's going to be like an extended role, but it's not going to be like take a calm kind of thing.
Yeah, I was like, am I gonna spend a calm here?
No.
Like, okay. Because I'm
We can leave
willing.
you here. Yeah.
I'm willing, but that would be that's a choice. I mean, somebody's gonna end up staying in Fortress too, if I recall correctly. So
That was kind of the plan.
yeah. So I mean, if I end up staying here to help these people put their lives back together and put their dead to rest, I'm at peace with that. But that's a question for later. So Yeah, I will provide a connection with the ghosts as well as the living. Um, who's the most social and convincing and calming of us? Is that Straferia?
Or is
Probably.
it Bunga?
I mean, we've been surprised before. I have to ask that question.
I do have the welcome presents thesis. And let's see, 3 presents, 2 persuasion. I don't know if welcome presents is like you get like an enhancement on like first impressions and
I have a 3 in leadership, 4 in persuasion, 4 in presence.
yeah, so you it's probably you.
Okay.
Well, what we can do here is we can actually make this a staged action.
Yeah.
So the way this will work
So-
is that you're working together to accomplish complicated tasks that involves a variety of skills. Each player would use a different skill plus attribute to form a dice pool, and they must overcome their own difficulty and buy off their own complications. Each player may use hits to purchase tricks for their particular action, but not the others. The success of all players determines the overall success of the action. If half the characters succeed on their actions rounded down, then the overall action is successful. If a character cannot buy off a complication, the consequence might still affect everyone involved in the action. The story guide decides if the staged actions happen simultaneously or sequentially. So why don't we say, right? So what is each person involved in this action bringing to the party? And this can be anything. This can be, knowledge of necromancy, calming words, a performance to bring them down. The creation of some sort of artistic tribute to the dead, a sermon. What would you like to bring? And we'll
I
start
think
with
what Bunga, yeah, if what Bunga can do is like tell people about like the battle and try to like calm them like down and be like, hey, they're not living under like this lord now, and they can like govern themselves and live for themselves, and that monster like was terrible, and
They have a friend in Gelphim's Rest,
oh, there we go. Yeah.
which is
so.
both reassuring and good diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say
Tell
maybe
them
that would
about
be
that,
artistry
why we came
driven,
along.
like you're using uh like storytelling, or would you say more culture, like you're just trying to
Maybe
relate to them?
culture, like relate to them and tell them people that like we've lost and what's going on, and distract them rather than kind of like console them, because I figure Bunga is like about like revelry and positiveness rather than like focusing on like, yeah, I leave the reconciliating the dead to Kalzul and helping the living to Bunga.
Did
I'm
you
gonna I'm gonna be like a sign language interpreter, but for the dead.
well, before we get into that, did you have a question for Straferia?
Yeah. I kind of wanted to calm them and say that um like I don't know.
People of wherever the hell this is.
I wanted to give my god credit and tell them that my god is looking after them as well,
Okay.
and that you have safety now and you're liberated.
Well, I would say you can choose between empathy, leadership, or persuasion. Which way would you want to go with that?
Persuasion's the best I have, I
All right.
think.
So I would say you're going to be doing a persuasion presence. I would say
Oh,
Bunga's going to be doing a culture composure, right? Because you need to show
Yeah.
them that you're keeping your shit.
Oh, yeah.
What would Kielzul be bringing to the party? I'm assuming it's going to be like a esoteric intellect, right? Because you're talking about literal necromancy that you're peppering in.
Yeah, if you'll let me roll that, that's what I'll roll.
And is Savo being involved in this in any way, shape, or form, or are you just stripping a dragon for parts while everybody else is being ceremonial?
I'm stripping the dragon for parts. Just, you know what? Like, for a moment, he just goes upstairs, looks at the bodies. Damn, multi-homicide. Goes back downstairs and continues on working. No problems
Like-
asked. There's probably a few people weeping. Hey, can I get that?
I just got like this. It's like I got this visual of like Troy walking in with the pizzas, but instead it's Savo with like a stack of dragon scales, and just like a person falls from a stalactite. And like, you're just
Wilhelm
like,
scream.
Nope.
Yeah, pretty much. Just continues to work. Every so often, kind of walks back Stropharia. Uh, amen. And just keep walking on
Amen.
through, just to go back downstairs and keep working.
Beautiful.
Hail, light mushroom.
All right, so let's
Gelphim
see.
saved your bum.
Looks like we got 3, 4, and 4. Okay.
I just see Chunk from Goonies. Yeah, Mikey's been here all right. I am the loathsome quoter that the GM guides warn against.
As you spend the better part of the next day, sort of bringing comfort to the village, ministering to the dead, passing on getting what souls to pass on you can, and of course gathering what you can by terms of trophies from the dragon. Things start to achieve not normalcy. It's too soon for that, but the resilience of the people of the world below you start to see in the survivors, as you know they take stock of what they've lost and realize that with a little bit of honest work and determination, they're able to make up for those losses and perhaps grow something new. They tell you that you're welcome to take any parts of the dragon as your trophies, but they ask that you leave behind what was found in the cavern and their own supplies. They wish their own supplies so that they can thrive, and they wish what was left behind in the cavern so that they can see to it that everything that was taken by the dragon is returned to its appropriate people.
That's fair.
Any wealth that was taken from other communities, I would recommend that they give that wealth back to those communities, not only for the sake of others, but as a gesture of goodwill, because they do not need people like from Mudtown showing up and being like, well, do we get our shit back?
Absolutely,
So-
yeah. They're effectively, their plan is to everywhere where they know that they know a caravan was coming from Telver's Hearth, for example, they're going to send a representative to Telver's Hearth to say, "Hey, come claim your things." And I'm sure that'll be fine, and nobody will break out into fights about what belongs to who.
Why don't we take all of the treasure and find out who it goes to?
Stropharia is literally gonna slap you on the wrist.
They look like
What?
big, strong hands, don't they? I want to write up a letter that they can send a courier back to Gelphim's Rest,
Okay.
and just be like, your people said to hand you this, and the letter's basically like provide aid and shelter and comfort and trade with what is this place called anyway?
Before the dragon came, it was called Stone Floor.
Nice one. All right. So Stone Floor, like you are welcome in Gelphim's Rest. We have trade, we have help, we have supplies, we have a big old necropolis. Cal put something in the chat. I'm not laughing sarcastically. Yeah, basically, we're here to help. I'd also like to ask the Undertaker or whatever they have if they want to build a necropolis. And I would like to see if I can create some kind of link between ours and theirs.
Because perhaps this may be a good place to do so.
Okay, cool. See, I'm building a network of necropoli. That's going to be my long-term goal.
Nice. Well, with that said,
Awesome.
you're able to take basically, like I said, anything that you wanted to from the dragon itself. So in terms of trophies, you have trophies both from the dragon and from the mantis.
If I may, I would like to use one man's trash for a +2 enhancement to find valuables or the most valuable things. And I could also use Trove Revealed to reveal a valuable location and then use the +2 to enhance what we find there. So, is there anything about this dragon that would be especially good? Like, this is a perfect claw to make a big weapon for one of our slammers, or are its eyes valuable spell components? Can its heart be turned into a thing? Is this the best dragon leather we've ever seen? With dragon blood, you'll never grow old. Every item is covered in gold.
Aside from the scales, which will make for excellent armaments, and the claws, which can be claws and teeth, which can be refined into weapons, the ruby dragon has a pair of bands of muscle, effectively, that run on the inside of its throat, kind of next to and similar in function to vocal cords. But instead of making noise, these generate electricity. Much to your relief, it did not use its lightning breath on you during that fight. But these two cords are capable of, when used in tandem, generating a bolt of lightning.
Savo, you like using crossbows and stuff, right?
He just nods.
Can we use these Thum cords, as I'm going to call them, ripping off Skyrim, to make him some kind of lightning stringing to make lightning arrows?
You just see him like holding up a sketch. And then
Use it as the drawstring.
Yeah, and takes out another sketch, and you just see him like breathing like electric fire. And he just keeps getting.
It's like a 5-year-old made it.
By the time it's on the
Lightning
5th page, the dragon wings are attached to Savo, and he's flying around.
Yeah, I would let you try to build something out of that. So, sure.
Ooh,
I got you, boo.
Thank you. I am going to work on that. What's the role?
So that'd be a technology. I would say probably intellect.
Okay. And then also, I have always prepared in tech. That gives me 1 power advantage.
Can I throw an intellect esoterica to help sketch out like keeping the magic and all that stuff for it?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to act as like an assistant.
Absolutely. That is too cool.
So then you will take enhancement equal to your bond rating with Savo.
Ooh.
I love it. Which is excellent because I have a 3.
I got 6.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, so you got 6 successes on your roll, Crow?
Yep, 6.
Right,
and power rating, so 7.
The power is 2, so that's 8. And then you also got and you also got the 4 from Kelzul. So the way this is going to work effectively is
then that's before enhancement.
I'm sorry?
But do I include my enhancement on that?
Yes, you include your bond as enhancement. So
7 then. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, then this is going to be more than sufficient to do this. Effectively, You will add the electrified tag to your weapon.
Ooh. Okay.
You can spend 2 hits for electrocute. Anytime you fire the weapon, you can spend 2 hits to inflict the stun status effect on your target. And it grants 2 power advantage to your attack if the target is in water.
Ooh is definitely the exact right response.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Awesome. Okay, I got that noted down.
Every little piece.
Right.
Every little piece.
Is there anything else you would like to do in Stonefloor before you make your way back toward the fortress?
Are there any valuables here that would have been taken from Fortress that we can deliver for them?
No.
Okay.
Nobody here, unless the dragon himself rolled up to the stoop. Nobody here would be able to take anything from Fortress and walk away from it.
I know that.
It was a long shot, but had to be asked. Yeah, I mean, if we got a whole bunch of good dragony bits, then I'm solid. It is dragon edible and safely so.
I would know because I'm with the kitchen.
I'm at the kitchen.
Ruby dragons themselves.
Oh, we both are?
Yeah.
All
Remember
right.
we both wrote to the Swedish
That's
chef
right.
Ramsey?
Finally, some good
Swedish
fucking
chef
food.
Ramsey.
Dragon Flumber.
Dragon Flambe. My favorite book.
Cordon bleu.
It's funny that it's written phonetically. Chef the Swedish chef Ramsey.
That's the mystery of the language. It only makes sense if you read it out loud.
Yeah.
So no, not really. The dragons themselves have what amounts to a dialectic. So the ruby dragon over time literally turns into rubies. So probably not too edible.
What a problem to have.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
man.
It'd be like really bland rock candy.
Hmm.
Oh,
I just wanted to make sure everyone's healed up before we go.
I could
So-
use a pop up.
So you want to hang out and get some rest in and chill out a little bit and take a few days before you get back on the road?
Like in our party?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to make sure everyone's well rested for the journey ahead. That's
Good
okay.
call.
I, during the rest, would like to make an artistry roll. I guess dexterity or maybe cunning with artistry, if that's okay.
To what end?
I would like to take a little bit of dragon bone or horn or whatever and make 5 matching pendants. Just a little token because we're dragon slayers now.
Nice.
So make one for each of us.
I'll allow it. Go ahead and give me the roll.
All right. Can I go with cunning or should I go with dex?
Cunning's fine.
All right, cool. Ooh, pair of 10s. And that's it.
It's still sufficient. Make yourselves. So basically, you're just making like a little pendant, like necklace type thing for each of you.
Yeah. You know, kind of thing you get off Timu, except for reals.
Easy enough to do.
When you give it to Stropharia, she's like, this is a nice gesture, but I can't take credit for this.
What do you mean?
It was Golfon's work. And your supports.
Then you, as a representative of Gulthon, can represent that contribution. To say nothing of you keeping us alive or branding the thing and making it possible. You have as much credit in this as any of us.
I suppose. But it is all thanks to him, to Gulfon. And she'll wear it.
Excellent.
Role plan.
Anyone else? Everyone else donning theirs as well?
Yeah.
You know what? Self is a little more crestfallen than usual. A little bit more introspective, although that's usually just his natural state anyways. But more introspective this time because he's looking at it and he's just like, I didn't actually slay the dragon though.
What are you talking about? Why is everybody so I didn't do this? There's a dead dragon that proves he did this.
Yeah. We did it.
He's
Oh,
just-
and also Steve. And I point to
When
him,
Steve did
crying.
And Mortimer.
He's
Rip.
like,
Rip Mortimer.
the mantis ate my grandma. He just goes back over to the corner and starts crying.
Steve,
It
I
does
need you
suck.
to stop making this about you. Like I'm going through something right now, Stevie.
Damn it, Steve, the NPC.
I'm
New
sure that
webcomic
wasn't
idea.
his name, but it's funnier because I
Stropharia
don't
will
recall.
put a hand on Stavo and say, like, I'm just glad you lived through it.
I
You
thought
had me worried.
I thought your disappointment would be, wow, if I can kill a dragon, what's left to challenge me?
Well,
That just makes him even more sadder now. That's like, I didn't really fulfill killing the dragon, and there might be nothing else to fill this void.
you've
Oh, no.
peaked as a hunter, is what
No.
Kalzul is trying to tell you.
Bullshit, man. Now we've got to go deeper and take down a Hemexi house and then go into hell after Hitler. Okay, like if this is opened whole new vistas.
Says it almost chewed my arm off. I don't know if you all noticed that, but I really almost
noticed.
I almost lost an arm.
I was right beside you.
So you had front row seats. You probably got sprayed with some. That might be some of me on you. Sorry about that.
Ugh.
Yeah, I made 5. M gets one too.
I better. I almost had an arm chewed off.
is her arm like regenerating?
She's going to have a nasty scar on her
Oh,
neck and shoulder. Like from about here to about here, she's going to have a very nasty visible scar.
You mean an awesome storytelling device? Like,
that too.
oh yeah,
And
like
then a dragon almost cut me in half. Definitely not its weird, fucked up Silent Hill sex puppet. The dragon.
All right, just for the record, that's the quote to beat for tonight, everybody. No, but just she can
when
have that.
I pitch to have that creature officially included in the world below, that's what I'll call it.
Well done. But no, she can do that thing from Jaws. You know, just like, oh yeah, I got that beat.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
But that's when the Family Guy pirate comes out with like 2 hooks and 2 wooden legs, and he's like, "Yeah, that's nothing," and 2 eye patches. Dude, just completely.
It's like, well, yeah, how'd that happen? I tried to fuck the mantis.
I slipped on Legos on the top of the stairs.
Yeah,
I've been there.
She definitely has had a chunk bitten out of her ass.
What
Never
is
sit
her?
quite right again. Sits down, tilts. Damn it!
Now your
Brings a
dialectic.
pillow
That's
everywhere
kind of
just to fill in the gap.
the dialectic is kind of like,
philosophy, kind of.
but it physically affects you. Like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You start to, as you advance in your dialectic, you start to take on either physical or spiritual aspects of your dialectic. Now she is a scarab, so like
yeah,
she has.
Oh, we both were. Yeah.
She has parts of her body that are like chitinous. It's possible that she'll get like some cool shell there down the road.
That's what I was
But
thinking.
right now, it's just a gnarly ass bite scar.
Yeah, that I believe in bugs, so I get bug stuff. Plutonic, I believe in shadows, so I get shadow stuff. I assume a socialist would get more hands to help more people.
Yes, exactly.
I get
Yeah.
more mushroomy.
You do get more
That's
shroomy.
right.
Mushroomy.
Until
Shroom
you
up.
just become like a giant glowing mushroom overhanging an infinitely like tall cavern and the lights, and it has its own ecosystem underneath.
Which
And then we call that the town of Stropharia.
I'll be honest, epic level Stropharia as like this tall, elegant mushroom lady in a like town or temple or something is
No,
like
it
the
is
center
the
of that town.
ecosystem. It is
Yeah,
the
like
town.
that's kind of
I
awesome.
mean, that wouldn't necessarily be like a. How did they get to that conclusion?
Like 16 feet tall and a mushroom cap that holds the whole cavern.
Yeah.
And
so
it keeps everything humid
Eventually,
to
my
grow
final
different
form.
mosses. Yeah, your final form.
Like
And
the
even if you're chopped down, that doesn't kill you because fungus are actually the network in the soil underneath the
Oh my
fruiting
God.
body that is the
Yeah.
mushroom.
Multiple
You did-
Stropharias.
That's
everywhere.
right.
Stropharii. You have this is the plural adventure.
I went on a
Plural
very
syntax.
wild fantasy
Yeah, I love that idea. That's cool.
trip
well,
there.
perhaps there's your new long-term aspiration. But in the interim, you all managed to take a couple days worth of rest. Is there anything else that you would like to try to do before you make your way toward Fortress?
Oh, did we resolve those kind of like while we're here, we rolled like culture and or like empathy and
Yeah, so all that, correct me if I'm wrong, all that rolling was about getting them set up for as best as they can be in your absence.
Yeah.
And then addressing the dead.
okay,
effectively.
perfect.
So yes, forgive me if I failed to narrate that. As you're doing your stuff, obviously throughout the entire time, Savo's kind of over in the corner, like working, because that's what Savo was doing, was working on the bow and arrow, or the crossbow. But the rest of you, Stropharia is holding sermons and sort of preaching to the folk, and even sitting down having some one-on-ones with people. Kilzul and the Undertaker are crafting an area that is specifically a monument to the dead. They are getting a lot of the souls to move on through that work, while Bunga is just sort of one-on-one kind of counseling people as they come by, or even if as Bunga's kind of helping with some of the more physical labor, maybe running a supply from here to there, just stopping and saying a kind word, or handing someone a fresh taco after theirs had been blown out by a passing wind, for example, or things along those lines. Just spreading the cheer, as it were.
Yeah.
Once you've completed and you're rested up and you're ready to go, the Undertaker provides you with a Chaos Stone. And he tells you, Kilzul, this Chaos Stone comes from it was mined from the earth here where we've set this. So it should help create a portal from your end to here. If you do truly wish to connect these locations.
Sorry, Cal is really cheering me up in the chats here. It's amazing. That is perfect. That is exactly what I intend to do. And here's to a greater relationship and symbiosis between our settlements.
He nods.
Living and the dead.
Agreed, and I look forward to such. Is there anything else that anyone else would like to take care of before you make your way out of town and toward Fortress?
I don't think so. Maybe just like get some fresh supplies. And then
Oh, I'm gonna need help turning some of these scales into armor when we get to a Magi Smith.
As far as your regular traveling supplies goes, the village is happy to replenish you. As far as like leather working or armor working, you don't quite have the resources for that, but you do have your nice big wheelbarrow that was already full of LeBron that you can also sort of drag some additional dragon bits in. In fact, they're willing to provide
You
you
know
with an
what?
additional cart.
I was gonna say, let's hire some to. We're caravanning to. You know what? There's enough. There's so much dragon chunk. Let's get
Awesome.
a bunch of people there. They can do whatever they want now.
Maybe you can work up like a dance routine with them. So when they roll
Yeah.
in, you can roll in like, you know, like Aladdin.
Well, I mean, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking of just being like, hey, let's hire these people to like bring a caravan. But if we want to do a Prince Ali entrance,
you said dance, and I thought like
In a one. in
Ginyu
a two.
Force. This is 10 times better.
we need to work on a Ginyu Forest like pose.
All of us.
Right.
I'm in the middle.
So yeah, if you want to hire along some people, that should be no problem. What are you going to offer them in compensation for their work?
We've got a lot of dragon scales on our hands right now.
Sure.
And I suppose we could be partial to paying you and some of the valuable bits.
Isn't it enough we're leaving all that meat that's going to fossilize into solid ruby?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's like that song, Ruby, 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 Ruby.
Yes,
It starts back in the 70s.
exactly like that song. Yeah, fair enough. They say that's fair, and I guess we owe you one, and they absolutely escort you to Fortress. It's only a couple more days beyond where you were, where you come to the first outer tower of Fortress, and you realize as you approach, this metallic structure has been crafted to completely fill the cavern. The guards give you a cursory, look up and down, ask your names, your town of origin, and your business. Who's going to speak for you, and what are you going to say? You are so muted.
Sorry. Can we get a culture roll or something to figure out what these people respond to? I've been watching enough Next Generation lately that I don't want to have, you bumped into me. Do you want this to get violent?
Sure.
Friend, are these people Klingons?
Go ahead and give me a culture intellect.
Who's got the
They're
best
Klingons. Ooh, I've got some culture. Not a lot of intellect though. Can I do a culture intellect roll?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna roll likewise.
3 successes. Not bad.
5. Huh.
Excellent.
I got 4.
So
Bro, you're just shaking your head, just like, nah.
no joy, Crow.
Nope, don't have anything for this role. So you
Okay.
guys got it.
That works for me. You know that the people of Fortress are referred to as the Towers. They tend to use plurals when referring to themselves. We, us, even if they're talking about one person. They are known for a rigid military society, but also they're great celebrants of of victories. So it's the kind of thing where for example, a common turn of phrase from Fortress is "Wear your kill." Means be proud of your achievements, show us what you've done, and also literally wear your kill. So if you roll up, for example, with pieces of fresh killed ruby dragon in necklaces on you, brandishing your achievements,
Underbow.
basically like showing off.
Perhaps a rust night axe or two.
Yeah, as you arrive, kind of waving those things and saying, declaring who you are and what trophies you carry is probably your best bet at a warm welcome.
Okay. So should we talk about ourselves in the royal as well, or do they consider that you're not one of us, so you shouldn't talk like that, or that's our language, that's how we talk?
That's the idiom of the place. They may look at you a little funny if you don't, but
I'm just gonna yell, "Oh, look what we got!" And like, kind of like like when the protagonist in Independence Day moves the tarp from the alien,
nice.
and everyone's like, "Oh, fuck!" I do that with the covered supplies, showing all the dragon bits.
Awesome.
I'm more guilty than most, but this is the most reference heavy episode that we have had in the series.
I'm guilty of it too now.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm just, let's note, we got a whole watch list out of this alone.
They applaud. The guards actually applaud and welcome you in. They tell you that their shift ends when the sunflies land, and they will gladly meet you at the Portcullis Inn for beverages on them. And they say Portcullis Inn is simply go down this street past the fourth keep, take a left, and as they gesture, you see this massive network of cavern laid out before you. It's very clear to you that this has been artificially expanded. This has been worked by hand. Two things give that away. One, the irregular or the oddly regular shape of the ceiling, and two, the fact that the entirety of this dome and every tower that reaches the top of it is covered in worked metal.
So if an earthquake came, this place would try to beat the earthquake.
Right. As near as you can tell, once you go through that tower, you are encased entirely in a metal dome.
I really don't mean to be punny, but that's super fucking metal.
You can see
Sophia
really cool.
feels really uneasy with that. She likes the natural elements.
You can see people meandering about. I mean, and it goes on further than you can see. A network of towers and interconnected buildings and streets that run between them. You can see people sort of milling about, even children that you see in the street, even merchants that you see, with a little roadside cart, are armored head to toe. Everyone you see is carrying some form of a weapon. Most of the smaller folk, children, you're assuming, are carrying blunted weapons, clubs, things along those lines. But it looks like anyone who approaches their teen years is carrying one or more blades in addition to their plate armor.
We'll let the guards know we come as diplomatic envoys of Gelphim's rest for trade, for the mutual hunt of threats in the great below, and to participate in the hunt.
Well then, you are welcome, siblings, and you may make your way to the inn, find yourself a place to stay. The hunt will begin soon. In the
Well, we have-
meantime,
Please.
avail yourself of our hospitality, and do make sure you show the innkeep your trophies.
Is there an opportunity we might have to present an offering to your leaders?
If you wish to speak to the council, we can forward such a message.
Most appreciated.
Indeed.
All right. That's that done.
All right, you begin marching your way deeper into Fortress. And that, my friends, if we have no objections, is where I think I'm going to button this up for the evening. You've arrived at Fortress. You will be making your way to the inn. I just had a really brilliant name for the inn. What was the name I gave for to the inn?
Portcullis Inn.
The Portcullis Inn. Thank you. The party has arrived at Fortress. Is heading to the Portcullis Inn. And you have the remains of a ruby dragon. Did you take any parts from the mantis with you?
Oh,
I think
yeah,
Savo did.
definitely. Mostly claws. Mostly
mantis
claws.
blades.
Mantis blades, yeah.
And
If any of us would have something called mantis blades, it would have to be Savo. Like it's
Do those count as the trophy that we're supposed to acquire, or do we have to get a new one?
We got tons, yeah. We got
You have-
dragon
you have a
parts,
ton of-
dragon teeth.
you have a ton of trophies, yes.
Okay.
Now, if you
I
wanted to,
I want wait. Was it
If-
a guy dragon?
it was a girl dragon.
Oh,
What?
you were gonna try to impress them with Dragon Dong, weren't you?
I was.
Not
I-
too trying to bad.
Take a look at this. Stuff it and put that on your mantle.
I mean, if you wanted to, you absolutely could say, "Here's our ruby dragon remains as our submission for the gauntlet." It's whatever you can bring in before calm. Whoever brings in the most badass trophy.
Mhm.
Chances are fairly small that somebody else took out a dragon this year, so that is an option that you do have at your disposal. Yes.
I think Salvo would take mostly the skills from the dragon in the mantis claws, but everything else from those two things would be like, you can have that as the trophy stuff. That's yours.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Sounds-
not about the pieces you bring, it's about the kill you made.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
you know, we can keep the nicest bits.
Yeah.
This isn't a cash value thing.
Well, I mean, it is about what's the most impressive trophy, but having
Sure.
said that,
No dragon dong
no dragon dong.
this time.
Just scaly dragon cloaca,
Cloaca.
I assume. I don't know.
On that bright, shiny note, let's get to
I haven't
everybody's
spent
favorite.
that much time on Fur Affinity or Rule 34. I don't know what's down there. I never wanted to ask.
But you have heard of it.
Let's get to everybody's favorite point of the evening, our experience. You all get a point for showing up. Congratulations. Did you achieve any of your short-term aspirations? I will start with Kilzul.
I managed to get souls safely out of a threat.
You may take a point.
All
Did
right.
did Strophiria achieve a short-term aspiration?
One of mine is convert people to Gulfon, and I preached pretty hard. So
You
maybe.
did preach pretty hard. I'd say yeah, you can have a short-term for that.
Yay!
Did Savo? Did you achieve a short-term aspiration?
Yeah.
What was that?
Even though Salvo might be crestfallen, Crow helped hunt a dragon. He helped with the big hunt for this competition. So
You may take a point. Excellent.
yeah,
And then how about for Bunka?
All right. So the hunt a giant monster. Sorry, it was ride a giant monster.
I think
Okay.
you got ridden, guy.
Well, you were hanging from one for a little bit.
Yeah. And it's technically it's not bungas, though I don't know if that really matters, but it's find a chaos rock.
Oh, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with you taking it for that if you want.
Okay. Okay.
The group got one. So that also means that everyone gets one for everybody, for all characters getting a short-term aspiration.
So we all got 3.
Yep, and then half the momentum in a single scene, so that's 4.
Ooh.
And you reached a story milestone, so that's 5 because you made your way to Fortress.
Oh,
And
yeah.
quick question then, how many experience in total does anybody have like their experience total handy?
I do.
What do you got?
Go ahead.
Including today,
Yes.
I am like. Oh well, I have unspent XP. I'm sorry, that's not going to help. Cal.
I have 2 records. I have 24 spent and 54 total.
Okay. Cool.
And if we're doing like group totals, like I don't know if someone has, because I usually do group totals in games. So like whoever has the most is kind of like
So
where
do
the group's
I.
at.
Yeah, so do I usually. I usually just have a
So
Google
one
Doc.
person's win is everybody's
Right.
win. Yeah. I don't know if that's vastly different than anyone else's total, or if my math is
I would
odd,
assume they're
but
probably around the same.
Mhm.
I have 9. I don't know.
But are you calculating total versus like experience to spend? Because you might have 9 like to
Right now.
spend.
But how much
Yeah.
have you ever acquired over the course of the
Oh,
Total,
I
whole
have
thing?
yeah.
Blue.
Yeah.
I just spend it.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you giving me that because I have not been tracking any of M's, so I'm just going to guess.
Do you have a total versus spent, Crow?
No.
Dang, only me, huh?
Yeah.
Or what was yours, Kevin?
I don't have the absolute total. I usually do, but the
It's
character
just me. Look at me.
the character sheet throws me off because I'm like fitting stuff in here that doesn't have a place to go.
That's true.
There's an extra contacts like thing way off on the bottom where it's like thesis,
Right.
synthesis or whatever, and I'm just filling and equipment and all of that, and I just fill it with other things.
Yeah.
It's where I keep my XP because there's no place for
And
it.
I have the expenditures too, like like the different comms. It's like, oh, you increase presence from 2 to 3 dots, 18 to put 2 skills in tech, science, persuasion.
See, this is why I like having a Google Doc because I just make a notation and copy paste from the core book the rule that's right there, like I'm hot linking,
Fair.
and it's just, oh my goodness.
This wasn't. We weren't expecting this to be an epic, right?
But epic it is and has become.
Expected
And
to do
it's,
math, okay?
Yeah.
I was expected to perform, not to do accounting, and
it's a story path game. It's not supposed to be this complex,
This is valid.
Look at
but
these
it's
guys.
not a complaint.
I'm too pretty and too gay to be doing all this math.
Well, that's why you get someone to do it for you, obviously. But on that bright
Tale
shiny
as
note,
old as time.
Do we get a point for progress in our long term, or is that just cash out when it's done?
just cash that when it's done.
Okay.
So that said, let's do our outros real quick. Let's kick it off with Crow. Please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would care to promote.
Hi, hello. I am Crow. I played Salvo, who survived.
Congratulations.
Love to see it. He uses it, they, he. I use he, it. Yes, I know. Yeah, I don't have anything to promote as of right now, except for next week again, Monday at I believe it would be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Demigod the Tower, Scion, Demigod the Tower. Please come out. Special episode next week. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. New twist. Might even be a title change, possibly. Got to talk to Jess about that later. But like a lot of big stuff is happening next week, and also we want to say thank you for. I think our highest count was about like 10 to 15 people in the last few weeks. So we do love and appreciate that you guys have come out and watched. So we do want to see more people come out as well
Okay.
for these games.
Well,
And,
what time period was that? I'll actually-
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will try to post more stuff on B Sky when it goes out.
Sweet.
Sweet.
I have got you followed there, buddy. I want a piece of that.
Rock and roll.
Yes.
Definitely do not miss Sign on the Tower. Chaz is one of our greatest story guides. He's really a pleasure to watch, so definitely check that one out. Next up, Cal, your pertinence, please.
Hey everybody. You can find myself on Blue Sky at I think it's just NeoCal. I just had it up. Blue Sky. I think it was on early enough that like I don't have to be like Neo _Cal _ like 85. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's just NeoCal. And
Yep.
As well as on TikTok. But more importantly, I do podcasting. Too Much Energon. If you like, we do like an episode to episode with the occasional review of movies, or we kind of ended on the Japanese Beast Wars,
Right on.
which was it's a mixed bag, yeah. But the Lasercomb podcast, and then potentially new podcast ideas are brewing, which may or may not involve King of the Hill, Vampire the Masquerade, and or Highlander.
There can be only one podcast
All
about
those-
Highlander because nobody else is bothering right now.
It's okay, Dad. There can be only one vampire podcast. There we go.
All of
There's the crossover.
those sound too fun. And speaking of too fun, Haley, your pertinence, please.
Me?
You. It's true.
Hi, my name's Haley, also known as babe_blade666 on Instagram. I don't really have much to promote, just here for the funsies. And funsies it was.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. It's always a
Yeah.
joy. And speaking of always a joy, Kevin, your pertinence, please.
Oh, you. Hi, everybody.
true.
I am, have been, and hopefully shall remain Kevin R. Zarnicki, he, him, playing Kale Zool, the elf necromancer, also he, him. You can find me at B Sky. What am I rocking by these days? I had one that was Necromancy 101, but that got lost somehow. I have
Disappeared
no
into
idea.
the aether.
That is a vampire called Red at B Sky, which is also where you can find me on Discord and PlayStation and all that crap. But yeah, come see me about lessons. Dang it, you've wanted to make a game yourself, haven't you? You've wanted to write a book. You've wanted to get into voiceover. Well, I won't just teach you the craft and set you loose. I will actually introduce you to people with references and networking, because for heaven's sake, people, stop taking lessons that just give you knowledge, kind of, and then scoot you on your way. It's all about networking. Let's actually network you. Let's work together. Let's make stuff together. These are dark times. And as we watch things fall apart, the one thing that brings us together is building things that last and things that matter. That's nourishment for the soul and for the community and for humanity. Also, it's how I feed my kids, but I have reasonable, flexible rates. Love you much. Keep your eyes open on Shadowrun. We got a lot of fun stuff coming out of Catalyst too. So, and didn't the Mage book just drop? A new Mage book came out. I mean, I just got paid for it.
Two new
so I
Mage
assume
books
it's
just
good.
came out.
Yeah.
So we had Forgotten Forbidden Orders
Yeah.
and Faces of Magic. Both just came out recently. For
My wife and I
Mage
did
20.
my wife and I did the Knights Templar and the Hollow ones. So
neat.
yeah, super looking forward to getting
Congratulations.
into that. Thank you very much. It was fun to work on. We learned a lot of stuff in the research.
Yeah, those
But
are
yeah.
both amazing, wonderful books. Those were both stretch goals for Lore of the Traditions. They bring you information. Forgotten Forbidden brings you information on the Disparate Alliance and the crafts. And Faces of Magic is just a metric ton of NPCs for your mage game.
And
So
I mean, you get to
definitely
work
pick
with
those up.
you got works from people like Steffi Devine and Phil Seder Mercado and Hiromi Koda. Just amazing people worked on this, and it's really weird to stand next to them.
It is a trip. It's very cool books, though. I cannot recommend them highly enough. Definitely check those out. I got to lay out Forgotten Forbidden. I didn't get a chance to work on it because I was developing lore at the time. But I did get to do layout on it, so I got to intimately look at the text, which was very cool.
So speaking of intimately looking at everybody, here's Travis.
Thanks. My name is Travis, he, they. When I'm not running games, I'm writing them. I would like to remind you to please take care of yourselves and each other. It's trying times out there. Make sure you're, getting your shots and wearing your masks and washing your hands and resisting at every step of the way and just taking care of your loved ones. Also, happy Black History Month. We will catch you all 2 weeks' time, barring any misadventure on our part. And yeah,
This is a time of misadventure.
Also, yes, it is. But thank you. Let me remind you one last thing. Before I go, Steam Wars is up on BackerKit. I'd have felt real bad if I forgot to say that. You need to go check that out. It's a lot of fun. I had the pleasure of working on it a little bit myself. It's a tangent for the Trinity Continuum, and it uses Storypath Ultra. So it's going to be the first Storypath Ultra Trinity game. You want to get your hands on it. It's giant steam-powered mechs. And if we get the next stretch goal unlocked, it'll also involve giant steam-powered mechs fighting kaiju. How much cooler can you get? Not at all. Go back it right now. Tell all your friends to do the same. Hang out. We are going to slide a raid over to some friends. Who are we going to raid? Let's see.
I kind of want it just on the art alone. I scrolled through the backer kit, and I'm like, oh man,
it's beautiful art. Larry,
when it art
does
gives
real
you
pretty.
ideas, immediately gives you ideas for like an encounter or adventure or whatever, then it's decent. Like the people like sword fighting on like the deck of the
Yes.
mech is
And I mean,
I like the
Webb
feel.
Eddie Webb is one of the devs. I mean, that's the guy who made Pugmire. People, how
That's true.
this?
Oh.
We shouldn't. Nobody should have to sell this. You should be looking for it.
Exactly. Go grab it right now. Link is in the chat. Hang out. Be nice to our raiders. Send some love, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye, everybody.